Hey there, Svennyboy here. The movie I will be reviewing today is the famous Star Wars 7, The Force Awakens. It came out recently, I went and saw it, and this will be my review of it. It was directed by J.J. Abrams, and it stars Harrison Ford, Mark Hamill, Carrie Fisher, Oscar Isaac, Daisy Ridley, John Boyega, and Adam Driver. So basically, it takes place 30 years after the defeat of the Galactic Empire, and it says that the galaxy faces a new threat from evil Kylo Ren, played by Adam Driver, and the First Order when a defector named Finn, played by John Boyega, crash lands on a desert planet where he meets Rey, Daisy Ridley, a tough scavenger whose droid contains a top secret map, and together the young duo joins forces. They end up running across Han Solo, played by Harrison Ford, and they have to go. Han Solo takes them with and makes sure that the Resistance receives the intelligence concerning the whereabouts of Luke Skywalker, the last Jedi Knight. One thing I do like about the Star Wars movies, this one in particular, is that it takes like nobodies and makes them, stars. Like the Daisy Ridley and John Boyega, Adam Driver and stuff like that, you had never heard of them before. And this was like Daisy Ridley's first movie and John Boyega's like first movie as well, I'm pretty sure. But it's cool to see that they get, like nobodies, like little actors starting out in Hollywood, and they put them in this big, like huge franchise of a movie, and it's great when they do that. Now, I'm going to say this at the start of the video, if you can't tell by the title already. This will have spoilers for it in, so if you haven't seen the movie yet, I'd recommend go see it and then watch this video, because it's worth it, worth going to go see it. There were a few things that I liked about this movie, that this movie in particular was a lot more comedic than the other ones, and than the previous 6 movies. This one had a lot more of like straight jokes and stuff, which was great. I mean, the other ones had Han's witty comments throughout it, which this one had as well when he came into play in the story. It was really great. I loved that. It was Han's witty comments and the jokes from John Boyega, who plays Finn. It was really good. I really enjoyed that. Like there was a scene where Rey and Finn are running towards her ship because they're getting chased down by the First Order's fighter pilots, and he said, "Let's take this spaceship," and she said, "No, that's someone's piece of garbage. This one's the fastest one in the galaxy." And then it gets blown up, and she's like, "Oh, we'll have to take the garbage." And as she says that, the camera pans over, and it's the Millennium Falcon, and it's cool that she didn't recognize what it was. But once she got on it and flew it, and then she ended up getting taken into another ship, and Han Solo comes out and comes in and says the line with him and Chewie, and he's like, "Chewie, I think we're home." It was cool like that. I liked when they did that. So yeah, I liked the effects were so good. That's what I was mainly looking forward to in this movie. I mean, when you watch the older ones, like the lightsaber effects and stuff aren't like the best. But, I mean, they were good for that time, and this is just incredible. Like, even the X-Wing fighter pilots just flying, I was like, this is incredible. So well done. I loved it. So, yeah, Finn and Rey end up, joining forces with Han and Chewie. They end up going to, this other planet where they need to, They need to get the droid's like piece of the map to the Resistance, and what you don't know yet is that Leia, Princess Leia, or Commander Leia, General Leia, that's what they call her, General Leia. She's the head of the Resistance, but there's a scene where Rey goes downstairs by herself. And she hears like stuff calling her. She goes into this door, into this like little room, and she there's boxes and stuff around it. And she opens it up, and she just sees Luke Skywalker's lightsaber sitting there. And as she touches it, it just like flashes her back, and it flashes her to Luke and R2-D2, and Luke's sitting there with R2, like with a hood over his head, and you can see his mechanical hand because obviously in the old ones he had his hand cut off and he got it replaced with a mechanical hand. You can see him like sitting there and touching it, and then you can see Kylo Ren as well, and that was like, you know, it was sort of like a big hint. You were like, holy crap, like why did that happen to her? Anyways, they end up leaving there, and the lady who owns the place gives them the lightsaber and says, look, you need to take this. And then there's fighting in the bush, and her and Kylo Ren are fighting, and she keeps shooting him and whatnot, and he's stopping her, and they end up taking her hostage, and they take her instead of finding the map, because Kylo Ren wants to use his, you know, evil powers to get the map out of her, and he takes her back. And then there's a scene where she's sitting there. I mean, you watched before when he did this to Oscar Isaac, who played Poe, one of the other fighter, who was like the best fighter pilot, and he uses the trick to get like information out of him, and he cracks and gives it to him. In this scene, it's Kylo Ren and Rey, and he's using the trick, but she's just resisting. And he's getting so scared, which is really cool. I like to see that when he sort of felt like she was challenging him. She ends up using Jedi mind tricks to get out of there, because he knows that she, you know, has the Force. She's strong with the Force, and she uses Jedi mind tricks to get out of the locks. And I also read something that it said that Daniel Craig played that stormtrooper that helped, that, you know, she did the Jedi mind tricks on, which was quite cool. I mean, I didn't expect that, but apparently they were filming Star Wars and Spectre at the same time, and he was there, and he's like, you know, why not? JJ said, yeah, sure, come on in, and did that. So I thought that was pretty cool. But yes, they end up getting the information to the Resistance, and they have to get. It's only like a little bit of a map. It's not fully complete. But yeah, there's one thing I did like in this as well was when Han saw Leia again. They sort of, you know, they had that bond, they have that relationship. But there's something that happens throughout the movie. I'm thinking about whether I want to tell you guys or not, but there's something that they drop a big bomb throughout the movie, and you just, when it happens, you're just like, holy shit, like, this is crazy. Okay, I'll tell you. Kylo Ren is also known as Ben Solo, is Han Solo and Leia's son. So yeah, that was a big plot twist. This scene like really got me. Kylo Ren was standing on a bridge, and Han walks out and calls him Ben by his first name, and he turns around. They end up meeting in the middle, and just Kylo's being, you know, like all like, oh, I need help. I can't do this. I'm fighting a war in myself and stuff like that. And he says, Father, can you help me with something? And he says, yes, I'll help you with anything. And he holds out the lightsaber, and then Han grabs it, and you can see them like pushing, and then Kylo just pushes it and turns it on and cuts Han and kills him. It was just, I shed a few tears. I was just so shocked when that happened. I was like, holy shit. But, oh my god, it was insane. You end up, there's a scene in the forest where Kylo Ren is versing Finn and also Rey. But Finn has got Luke's lightsaber and he's using it, and he's fighting against Kylo Ren. And I mean, something I sort of used my mind, my brain, and throughout, you know, the whole build up to the Star Wars, they were playing it out like Finn was going to be the Jedi, but in reality, it's Rey who's the Jedi. She's the Jedi Knight. So you see that in the movie where when he ends up dropping the lightsaber, and because she's got the Force, you can see Kylo Ren like trying to force like the lightsaber into his hand, but doesn't happen. and you just see it fly out, and it goes straight past Kylo, and Rey grabs it, and then she's like, "Yeah, let's go." And then they're having a big lightsaber fight, and that's what I liked about it as well. The sound effects for that, and it was just so aesthetically pleasing. Like, I loved seeing that, and like they were cutting down trees left, right, and center. It was really, really well done. But yeah, then Chewie ends up, you know, saving her out of there because Chewie's flying the Millennium Falcon, and she takes Finn into the Falcon with him, and then they fly off while the planet's, you know, blowing itself up. But yeah, they end up getting back, and towards the end of the movie, R2D2 wakes up, and he's got the rest of the map backed up on him. So he comes out and he projects the map into the air, and there's a one piece missing, and that's what the other droid, BB-8, has. That's the new droid in there as well. It rolls out and, you know, puts the pieces together, and they end up finding out where Luke Skywalker is. And Rey takes Chewie and R2D2 with, and she just lands they land the Millennium Falcon, and then she goes up this massive trek, like up these incredible stairs on this mountain and stuff, gets to the top, and lo and behold, the Luke Skywalker is standing there. And you can see with the hood on, and then the mechanical hand, and it's so epic. And then she's standing there and pulls out the lightsaber and hands it to him, and she's holding it there, and then there's a big cinematic shot of, like, you know, the swinging around shot, and then it ends, and you're like, oh my god, like, holy shit. It was so good. Like, personally, I think it was a cinematic masterpiece. It was the best movie I've seen all year, for sure. I really, really, really loved it, because I'm a big Star Wars fan. So yeah, I'd rate this movie probably a 9.8 out of 10. That's how good I think it was. So yeah, if you like this video, please like, comment, subscribe, share it, add to your favorites if you feel like. And I definitely recommend you go and see this movie if you haven't. If you haven't seen any Star Wars, I don't know why you're watching this video, but go and watch the other ones and then watch 7. And watch them like 1, 2, 3, and then 4, 5, 6, as they were intended to be. But yeah, it was really good. I definitely recommend you go see it. But until next time, have a great day or night wherever you are, and I'll see ya.